do is I just show you very quickly how to set up a slab slab cutter. This is this one here, and this is from Amazon. You can see it's got a scale on the side here for kind of measuring things out with. Your wire goes through this slot here, comes out the other slot on the other side, goes through the little eye hole here, down to your what looks like a guitar tuner peg, and that's the basis of it. So if you've bought one of these and you were anything like me, you were like, okay, it's all set up, I'm not going to worry about it, get it set. And I'd noticed that I could only cut to round numbers, so 4, 5, 6, 7 centimeters tall. I couldn't cut a half, and I was like, okay, that's really strange. Now, these themselves will fit in to either side of this cutter, here and here. So they slide in here, and that's what kind of holds your wire goes through, and that's what holds them up. But if you notice, and I hold them this way, you'll see that they match perfectly. They are a complete match for themselves here. But if I turn this one over, you'll notice that they then start to step in a different fashion. And silly me, they are designed to be flipped both ways. One way we'll do whole numbers. So this way here, we'll do a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 centimeter height. And then if you flip them around this way, the long edge here and the short edge here. So let's put the short edge facing along. You'll then get all of your half numbers. And it took me taking this whole thing apart to realize that, because it comes through from Amazon with no instructions. So if you buy one of these from Amazon and you get these bits with it, what you can do is just flip them around, unlike me, who went, well, that doesn't work, and I couldn't see another solution around it. So instead, what I did was cut my own half centimeter steps here. So those are half centimeter steps. And then I realized that I could do 1 centimeter steps the other around, looked at these ones and went, oh, that's the way they work. So what we'll do with these is we'll set this up now, because I want it at 7.5 centimeters, which, funny enough, is that way there. So I'm going to rest the wire on the top and bring that down to hook onto the little screw that's just under my left hand at the moment. So we put one of our steps on one side, one on the other side. We put the little kind of round bit on the screw that's there. You can see it just under my fingers. So we're going to hook that on. It goes up, across, okay, through to the 2 little gaps, through the eye, and then we feed the end of it into our guitar looking thing. And the thing with this is you just need to put it through and start turning it. And whichever way you turn it is going to be your direction that you want to keep turning it in order to keep the tension. Okay. But it will eventually bite, and then you just keep turning it. Now, if you own one of these and you buy one, I would recommend that you always loosen the tension on your wire, because over time that tension will actually cause the wire to become more and more brittle. So if you then go to kind of tension it again, it will snap. But you just keep turning and turning and turning, and you'll see there's a little kink in the top there. But as I keep turning, you can see that kink is just slowly being pulled out. You give it a little flick and you'll hear a tone. And you just want to really get it to a tension that you're happy with. Okay. And the whole point of this is that you want these around this way. So you're pushing away from the step, because you're actually going to push it against the edge of the gap in the white structure and not against the acrylic steps. Okay. So you don't want it really pushing against the steps. You want it pushing against the hole. All right. So we'll get this tension so I'm happy with it. And then what we'll do is get it set up on the table. And I'll show you how to do that in a second. So here we are with the soap cutter. And you'll see on the bottom here, just under this tab, we've got this block. Now that block is designed to sit on over the edge of the table. And the table is going to sit there. And you're going to push in this direction here in order to push your block through, and that's going to stop you. Now, The other thing about these is you'll notice that the bottom of the little gap here only comes up to 2 centimeters, which technically means you can only do 2 centimeter deep slivers. However, if you go online and you go to a online plexiglass store or acrylic store, you can buy these very cheaply. And these come in various widths, and I make them so that they're long enough for a loaf of soap. And you can pop this then onto the base of your soap cutter and push that through. And essentially the width of it will create an additional kind of barrier. So as you push through, you'll take off either a centimetre or half a centimetre or 2 centimetres, whatever it might be, but that will allow you thinner. So that would be 1.5 centimetres, pushing that through. But then I've also got some popsicle sticks here that I've created this kind of raft with, and that's 4mm. So you don't have to go and spend a lot of money on the plastic, but it's a bit nicer. But this here's 4mm, so as you push that through, you'll take off 4mm of the height there, so it would be 1.4mm that you're taking off, and so on and so forth. So that's a really handy way of getting thinner slivers out of a slab cutter like this without spending huge amounts of money on very expensive bits of kit from America, or doing very thick rims on rimmed soaps when you want something nice and thin. So little tip there should you need it. So here we've got our slab of soap, and I know that the rough dimensions of this make it 15 centimeters across from edge to edge. I'm going to cut it in half, but first of all I just want to tidy up these edges, and the easy way of doing that is just taking a bit of a hair, sorry, just taking a flat edge or something like that, a piece of acrylic, anything that's just flat, edge of a knife, and just running it across to take off the little kind of meniscus bit that you inevitably get when you're using a slab mold. So we'll get those off, and then what we'll do is we'll get this prepped ready to go through our slab cutter. So what I've got here is a piece of greaseproof paper that I'm just going to fold in half, and that's going to roughly fit into my soap cutter here. Apologies for the angle on this one, but it's the best angle I've got for kind of shooting this sort of shot. So you can see that's going to fit in there, and I'm going to use that to slide the soap through so that I'm not actually kind of rubbing it across that surface, and it's just going to mean I get a smooth cut and I can keep the pressure up on it. So I'm going to grab my slab from here, and I'm going to just slide that through so the whole slab is on the piece of paper, and then I'm going to push slowly but firmly through the wire, which is going to move ever so slightly to touch the back of the white, and you can just see it here on the edge. I'm going to push that through very slowly, trying not to stop, but also not letting it kind of pop up. And then just at the end here, where my thumb is actually in line with the wire, and I'm pushing it through very slowly and keeping my finger on that wire so it doesn't kind of spring out. So just there, and that saves the back of the soap being blown out and breaking off, and just gives you a really nice cut. So if you've enjoyed this video, please give it a like. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. It really helps me grow and allows me to make more videos and tutorials for all of you. When you subscribe, don't forget to click the bell icon if you'd like to get notified when a new video is uploaded. And thanks a lot, Soapsters. I'll see you again next time.